Hello people and welcome to the channel. So as if you watched some videos or a video of the channel, you saw something that I didn't say. So this video is just to say three little things. It's a viewpoint of the channel. So the first little thing, this channel, it's not a tutorials channel. Okay, so because I am not, if you watch the videos, it's not an explanatory. I didn't explain every single line or some nuances of the code. I just code and say what I am doing. It's more kind of maybe a daily vlog. Sounds like a tutorial, but it's not the idea, because it's not the goal of the channel. The goal of the channel is just a normal person that like game development, sharing what it is learning now. So it's not like, oh no, no, it's not a tutorial, please set me higher. It's not this idea. It's just because I just sharing what I'm learning. It's better to me. See me as just a friend, you see maybe sometimes on a month, than a professor or teacher. See me as a friend. I am just someone who is learning with you. The second little thing is related to do. Yes, because when we are learning the things in our lives, a lot of people say, no, just do it, sit down and do it. It's so fucking better. You watch one tutorial, open right after your tool like Unity or Godnode, or even Photoshop or Krita, and just create, just basically copy and paste what you have watched. It's so better for your learning process. You watch it something and just right after repeat what you watched, then try to organize and plan the best perfect time, best perfect project, perfect situation, scenario to do this thing. It's the learning process. It's not this essentially. So this second thing is just, my friend, just sit down and repeat what you and do it, okay? Because it's better you to learn one thing by copying, obviously, and there are sometimes you need to plan, like you are creating some product, you need to create a plan, documentation, and etc. But you are learning. If you want to be organized, it's okay, but do not get the things to later. Don't try to make, as I say, the perfect scenario to learn. And no. And the third little thing is about each game has its own essence. There are a lot of kinds of games, there are a lot of types of games, the categories and subgenres you need to learn maybe. But this little thing is, if you learn something in this context and etc., you won't apply this in every single situation. I'm just saying this because there are some people that force itself to use something it learned, like for example, if you the person know how to save the game, for example, in a database, and the next project this person will work on a mobile game and want to use database because it's not necessary. The project requires just a txt file to save some basic information, and the people first itself to use the database. You don't need to do this. If you learned how to move your character into the game like this, like that, like that, like that, you will have better possibilities and can see more possibilities if you learn one way to move your character and just repeat this in every single project. So it's important to say you don't need to use what you learned always. Don't worry if you learn how to make the background scenes like fluid, for example, and you are creating some game. You do not need exactly a good background. You doesn't need to force yourself to use what you learned. Okay, so relax. So this is the 3 points. Obviously there is one little point, because as I said, I am learning and showing what I'm learning. Okay, and I learned the things with the forums, with some tutorials on YouTube, on courses, on documentations, and etc. So most part of videos is based on some content. I will leave the main content on the description or even on the comments section, but there will be some times that I will just get a lot of things, mix them, try a lot of things, how to modify this and that and that and that and that, and maybe I will get a point that it's not essentially the content I got from or I learned for. So I'm saying this, sometimes I won't have exactly the resource of the video or the source of the idea of the video, because it's not exactly what I got on them. So it's just to say, because there will be sometimes that I won't have the source or the reference to share with all. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye.